3. Et the first question, you're asked that fx is equal to x squared minus 4. Vous allez notice that it is already in the form of completing the square a bracket x minus b to the square plus c. Parce qu'on a x square et minus 4 qui est le constant. Donc c'est directement, on va avoir le minimum point parce qu'il n'y a rien avec ça x là, veut dire que x coordinate c'est 0. Et this becomes the y coordinate for your minimum point. Next step, x squared minus 4 equal to 0. We solve to get the coordinate and the axes. When you solve x squared minus 4, you're going to get x minus 2 and x equal to 2. The axes are already given, so we're going to plot now. Premier coordinate, minus 2, 0 is on the axis, and 2, 0 is also on the axis, on the x-axis. The next coordinate is the minimum point. Minimum point is 0 minus 4. 0 minus 4 is here. So your sketch should be like this. This is your graph, y is equal to x squared minus 4. Second part of the question has asked you to sketch the line y is equal to x. The line y is equal to x, ça va passer sur 0, 0, parce que coordinate là est pareil, 1, 1, 2, 2, comme ça. Donc 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, minus 1, minus 1. You should get a straight line that passes exactly in the middle, like this. And this should be your line y is equal to x. You haven't been asked anything more, so that's your line. Next question, prochaine question, c'est combine functions. Fg of 3, c'est f. G of 3, donc on va remplacer 3 dans g, j'ouvre bracket, je prends équation de g qui est là, donc ça va être 3 to the square. Ça va être f, 3 to the square c'est 9. I will replace 9 now in f. The function f is here. So it will be 2 bracket 9 minus 3, 18 minus 3, the answer is 15. For fg h of 0, I'm going to replace h by 0 first. Fg stays the same. H of 0 would be 3 times 0 minus 2. Fg of minus 2, so I replace g by minus 2. Ça va être f bracket moins 2 to the square, ça va être f bracket 4. Je remplace maintenant f par 4, je vais vers 2, bracket 4, retirer 3, 8 retirer 3, la réponse est 5. Next question, we're asked to factorize, state the coordinates of stationary point and state whether minimum maximum. Donc pour factorize ça, première partie, fx equal to, I will write 2x des deux côtés. Après, je vais faire 2 fois 28 qui me donne 56. Factors of 56 which are going to give me 1. Ça va être 8 et 7. Pour me gagner 1, je besoin faire plus 8, retire 7, plus 8, minus 7. And the first bracket, I will divide it by 2, so it will be x plus 4, bracket 2x minus 7. That's your factorization. Second part, coordinates of stationary point, we have to complete the square. Fx equal to, I remove 2 outside, x squared, plus the fact that I remove 2 outside, I divide by 2, so half x, plus minus 28, ça reste au bas. Donc ça va être 2, big bracket, now I complete the square, x plus, I divide by 2 for the first one, so it becomes 1/4 to the square, minus 1/4 to the square, minus 28. Ça va être 2, bracket, x plus 1/4 to the square. I'm going to multiply the 2 again. Et 2 fois 1 sur 16, retire 28. Ça va être 2, bracket, x plus 1/4 to the square. Moins 225 sur 8. Et la réponse, stationary points sur coordinates, ça va être minus 1/4 et minus 225 over 8. And next part is to state whether it is a maximum, minimum. Le fait qu'il devant x square c'est positif. We're going to say since coefficient of x squared is positive, it is a minimum. If it is negative, then it becomes a maximum. Next part is this one. Again, we're going to factorize. Maintenant, pour factorize ça, on n'a pas l'habitude de factorize quand x est négatif. Donc, je tire minus là outside, je change ci en dedans. 2x square, retire 2x, retire 12. This becomes my new function. Now, since I've removed 2 outside, minus outside, I notice that everything is divisible by 2, so I remove 2 outside also. Ça va être x square minus x minus 6. Et facteurs de 6 qui va me donner 1 moins 1, ça va être 6, c'est 2 fois 3. Pour gagner moins 1, on va faire moins 3 plus 2. Moins 3 plus 2. Fini factorize, ça c'était first part. Second part, complete the square. Normalement, pour complete the square, put it in order. Moins 2x square, plus 2x, plus 12. Same thing that I did here. I remove minus 2 outside. X square moins x, ça plus 12 là, tout le temps vous laissez descendre comme ça, même comme vous faites completing the square. So minus 2, I open big bracket, x minus half to the square minus half to the square plus 12, which will give me minus 2, I multiply again, x minus half to the square plus 2 times 1/4 plus 12 minus 2 bracket x minus half to the square plus 25 over 2. Alors ici, coordinates of stationary point become half et 25 sur 2. The nature, c'est-à-dire est-ce que c'est minimum ou maximum? Dans ce cas-là, c'est maximum parce que devant x square, on a moins 2. Maximum. The next question is polynomial. On nous a donné un polynomial function. Exactly divisible means that the remainder is 0. On va faire ça. X plus 1 equal to 0, which means that x equal to minus 1. I replace, since it is exactly divisible, it means that f of minus 1 should be equal to 0. So I replace minus 1 in the function. F of minus 1 will give me minus 1 power 3 plus p times minus 1 to the square minus 6 times minus 1 plus q equal to 0. And I will get the first equation, which is p plus q equal to minus 5. Now, when x plus 4 equal to 0, we are going to check the second factor. X plus 4 equal to 0, which means that x equal to minus 4. Same thing, qui imply that f of minus 4 equal to 0. We are going to replace x by minus 4 and form the second equation. Like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to eliminate q. I write the second equation first parce que c'est plus gros. Et j'écris deuxième équation là au bas parce que c'est plus petit. Et là, je vais utiliser simultaneous. Since the signs pour Q are the same, nous savons S, 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 same sign, subtract. Nous mettons minus, minus, minus. Ça, pour éliminer. 15P est égal à 45. Et qu'en sol, vous allez avoir P est égal à 3. Et le fait que P plus Q est égal à moins 5, on a la réponse pour Q aussi. For the next question, you're asked to factorize as far as possible. Pour factorize, premièrement, nous observons le facteur, nous remplacer by trial and error. We replace values such that you're going to get 0. So, normalement, on commence avec 1, après on fait moins 1, après on fait 2, après moins 2, nous allons même jusqu'à nous gagner 0. Quand on remplace 1, vous allez avoir 26, moins 1, c'est 0, qui veut dire que x equal to minus 1, nous prenons ça minus 1, on envoie le côté, x plus 1 becomes a factor. Then we are going to do long division. We are going to divide the polynomial x cubed plus 6x squared plus 12x plus 7. We divide this by x plus 1. you're going to notice that when you divide, you're going to get remainder 0, and this would be your second factor. So you're going to write your fx as the product of these two, c'est-à-dire celui-là et celui-là. Fx equal to x plus 1 bracket x squared plus 5x plus 7. Now they've asked you to factorize as far as possible. If this cannot be factorized, we leave it as it is. Sinon, si arrivé, moi tiens un facteur de 7 qui est de moins 5, là, moi tu peux bien faire, moi tu peux bien donner une réponse là as 3 factors like this. But we don't have it, so we leave it as is. And we are not asked to solve. If we were asked to solve, we will have put equal to 0 and solve for x using the quadratic formula. But we are not asked, so we leave it as it is. The next question is on logarithm. Un petit recap sur logarithm. On sait que log et de base a is equal to 1. N'importe quand on a un logarithme de ce base, les pour faire nous vin 1. Donc nous observons qu'il y a 2 là. Donc ce qui m'a fait à 32 là vin power 2. Ça veut dire 2 power 5 de moins 32. Je prends 5, moi voy devant parce que deuxième la loi n log a of x, les vin log a x power n. C'est-à-dire que quand on a power, on a droit à envoyer devant, les 5 log de 2, log de 2 c'est 1, 5 times 1 becomes 5. Here also it's the same thing, log 3, 3 power 2, 2 log 3, 3, which gives us 2. For this one, the law that we are going to use is anything a 1 over a power 1, when we bring it on the numerator, quand on fait réciproque, the signs is going to change in the power. So here, if we do 25, 5 power 2, ça va être log 5. 5 power, quand nous prenons ça 5 là, nous envoyons en haut, power là qui vient négatif. Et pareil, nous pouvons mettre power là devant, log 5 de 5 c'est 1, réponse vient moins 2. Prochaine, equation of perpendicular bisector. A perpendicular bisector is a line that crosses at the midpoint, and it is also perpendicular, which means that the gradient is negative reciprocal. So we are going to start by calculating m, which is 2 minus 4, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 minus 2 over 4, which gives us minus half. That will be the gradient of the line. But gradient of perpendicular would be negative reciprocal, donc ça va être 2. L'équation vient y equal to 2x plus 6. Je vais remplacer une coordinate. Là, je travaille le midpoint de ça, la ligne là. Midpoint, c'est x1 plus x2 divided by 2 et y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Vous allez avoir 3 et 3. So we're going to replace 3 through midpoint. Through 3, y est égal 3, x est égal 3. Vous allez avoir c est égal à 3 retient 6 qui donne moins 3. Equation of perpendicular bisector in y is equal to 2x minus 3. The same applies to the second question. I'm going to do it quickly. So I've worked out again the equation of the perpendicular, gradient perpendicular, midpoint, and then there's a last part where when I calculated, I get 8 and 16 the denominator. So I'll multiply by the biggest one. Je vais faire fois 16, fois 16, fois 16. Ça et ça coupé. 16 et 8, ça fait 2. Là, la réponse, elle vient 16y. 5 fois 2, 10x et moins 10x. Et ici, reste moins 5. For the last question, area of shaded region, we're going to use formula area. The bigger one is a triangle minus area of sector. And here we have all the required information. So for this one, you're going to use formula for area because the triangle is part of the sector, which means that we can use half r square sine theta and half r square theta for the sector. But the problem here, you must make sure you don't use the same r, because this is r1, this is r2, and r1 for the triangle, it is the full length of the triangle, so we're going to take 18, and for r2 we're going to take 10. Donc quand on va remplacer, also make sure calculator is in radian mode. And when you do calculator radian mode, you're going to get these answers. Make sure that the first answer you give it to 5 dp, and then the last answer is to 3 significant figure. And then the next part is the perimeter. If you look at the perimeter of the shaded region, we have 4 sections into the perimeter. We have here, which is the length of arc. We have AB. And AB, the length of AB would be 8 centimeter because the full thing is 18, 18 minus 10. And if AB is 8, this part here also is 8. And then we have to find BD. So there's 2 things that we have to find here, or theta, which is the length, and then the length of BD. So when I write the perimeter, I'm going to write length of arc AC, AB, BD, and CD. We know that CD and AB is 8 already. And then length of arc is r theta. To calculate this part AB, we have to work in the triangle, and we have to divide the triangle into 2 because BD, it's not AB that we have to find, sorry, it's BD. To find BD, you will notice that BD is here. So I'm going to divide BD by 2, and then I'm going to find this, BX. Okay, I just corrected something here because BX will be 18 sine 0.75 because you're going to use trigonometry, so qu'à toi. And then what we're going to get is BD would be 2 times BX because we've divided it by 2. So 2 times 18 sine 0.75, which will give you 36 sine 0.17, et on va remplacer ça dans l'équation. Et quand on remplace dans l'équation, on va ajouter the fixed number. This you get 15 plus 8 plus 8, you get 31, and this part here is you're calculating this in calculator, and then you're going to get this answer to 3 significant figure.